Cam Newton is a Patriot. Membership closes at the end of the month. And our New Jersey venture is coming together. All this and more in 20 seconds. Hey, fellow fanatics, welcome to the Fanatically Real broadcast sponsored by Football Darts and Fantasy Sports Alliance. I don't see anybody out there right now with us. Comment moderation. What does that mean? Nice Cam jersey. You like that? Okay, Damien's out there with us tonight. I was wondering what was going on. It's acting really weird again tonight. It does that sometimes. You know that from time to time. Damien, how are you tonight, man? Hey, first we'd like to thank our broadcast sponsor, Football Darts. Football Darts is a dart game that combines the skill of traditional darts with the strategies of American football. This innovative dart game is played on a uniquely designed multiple-target dartboard. Unlike traditional British darts, American football darts is a game that combines both the skill of darts and the strategies of football. It can be played in sports bars, at tailgate events, as league tournaments, or as a leisure activity in the comfort of your home. If you would like to check out their officially licensed collegiate dartboards, go to footballdarts.com, which is right there. Who else is out there? MJ's out there with us. Kevin's on. He said, what do I win? Kevin did guess that I was going to be having a Cam jersey on tonight because I asked in the GroupMe chat room just before we went live, what did everybody think I was going to be wearing? Jenna's on with us. Hi, Jenna. How are you? And Jason's on with us. It says Donnie's watching. That's awesome. Jason, I actually had a spot for you to that I was going to mention you here in a little bit on the show. A little bit later on, so I don't know if you'll be able to stick around if Donnie's there with you or not, but I hope you can. Hey, so let's talk about our guys and friends from Empty Wagon. They say an empty wagon makes a lot of noise. Listen to our partners, Josh, Eric, and Brad, talk fantasy football on their podcast, the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. They are your one-stop shop for fantasy football information and news. The guys talk rankings and projections with a whole lot of comedy. So this week, the show was called Top Wide Receivers, and the guys chatted about guys that finished in the top 12 wide receivers that they did not think were going to finish in the top 12 this year, and ones that finished outside the top 12 last year that they thought were going to finish inside the top 12 this year. Very good listen. And then after that, there was a little bit of a bonus that was called Change My Mind, and I won't tell you any more about it other than that because I want you to go out and listen to them. You will find them wherever you find your podcast. You can subscribe to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast and then also follow them on all of their social media. They are at Empty Wagon FF, and go check out their website at www.emptywagonff.com. Ross on with us. Ross, how's the little man doing, man? Give us an update. And in case anybody's wondering, if you don't mind telling a story, go ahead and give your story tonight too, man. I'm sure the community would like to know what's going on and would love to have an update. If you like the show tonight, let me get back up there. There it is. It's right there. If you like the show tonight, make sure you share this here from Facebook out there in the world. Go follow us on all of our social media links. They're down there at the bottom. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on YouTube. All of the stuff is down there at the bottom. So make sure you please go out and follow us on all of those things. We would very much appreciate it. Everybody's home. That is good to hear. Very, very happy to hear that, man. Jonathan Broughton on with us as well. Jonathan, how are you tonight? I'm pretty sure you're liking the hat that I'm wearing tonight, huh, Jonathan? And Brandon on with us as well. Brandon getting a little bit of a plug here a little bit later on because he's been doing amazing work for us, getting all of our videos up, especially on the Delta Draft video. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, make sure you go out and do. Brandon, if you get a chance to, while we're on here tonight, do that same thing you did for me the other day where you get that to that specific spot in the show. Copy, paste the link right here so everybody can go out and watch it. That's a cool little feature on YouTube I did not know that you could do. So, hey, let's talk about membership real quick. So Ross is going to give the rundown of what's going on with his little man, the baby that he just had 3 weeks ago. So make sure you read what Ross is putting on there. Damian Scott on with us as well. Damian, how are you? You think a Tampa Bay and New England Super Bowl? I very, very much doubt that. I'm not even sure, even though I'm wearing the cam tonight, if he's actually going to end up being the starter in New England. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. So membership closes at the end of the month. So basically you have July left to sign up for either the Redraft League or the QB54 Arm and Leg League. We'd like to thank all of the members that have signed up since the last time we broadcast. We've got 2 new rookie members, Ryan Bigelow and Cody Tyler. So thank you to both of you for signing up. And thank you to our returning members who also signed up since our last broadcast. That's Michael Dell, Daniel Wilson, Jason Norris, Kevin Butler, and Doug Neubauer. Thank you all for signing up. As you can hear from the amount of names that I just rambled off, everything is closing fast. We're getting close to the finish line, and in the redraft, we can go all the way up to 100 in the QB54 Arm and Leg League. So I would love for you to go sign up for both of them. If you have any questions of how to do that, let me know. I sent out an email last week about how to sign up. I think probably the most inclusive email that I've sent so far to get more people to sign up. And as you can see, it's working as we got more and more people to sign up this week. So let's talk about some new and some NFL news. But before we do, I've already mentioned the QB54 Arm and Leg League a couple of times. This is a league that is new to us this year, thanks to the collaboration with Ross Norris, who's out there right now telling a story about his little man. We came up with this league. It was Ross's idea about 2 years ago. I always thought it was a great idea. I thought we should go with it. We were able to get a sponsor for it, and they are QB54. And if you don't know who they are or what it is that we're talking about, I'm going to run a 1-minute commercial spot for them right now so you can see what it is. QB54 is sponsoring the Arm and Leg League, and whoever wins this league is going to get a set of these chairs you're going to see in the video for being our Arm and Leg champion. So take a look at this.
Play fair, play to win. Play QB54.
I hope y'all got to see that. It's an awesome game. I was able to buy 4 sets of that as an ambassador last year. I was able to sell 3 of them. I think MJ bought 1. I sold 2 sets of them to our MWR person here at Fort Gordon. And I think Jonathan Broughton took advantage of the discount code that we have through FSA to get 10% off, or was it 20% off, Jonathan, whenever you bought those when he bought his set last year. So if you're interested in getting a set and you do not win the QB54 Arm and Leg League, hit us up and we'll let you know what the code is for you to get you a set of QB54 chairs with a discount. While we were away in the commercial, Eric says he doesn't know about tonight's wardrobe. Bring back those defunct jerseys. I'm running out of defunct jerseys to be able to wear. I think I've gone through them all now. But that's not to say that if we don't get this jersey venture going, that there won't be more for me to wear. And we've got more news about the jersey venture here in a little bit, so make sure you stick around for that. Jason, I appreciate you sharing the Facebook live streaming to a group. Damien said we had a fun conversation on GroupMe this morning about how the Redraft League finished last year. Looking forward to being a part of it this year. Yeah, so interesting conversation. MJ went crazy right at the end of the season, at least in the South Atlantic region. Won back-to-back games because she played the final game of the regular season and the first game, well, what ended up being the regional championship against the Kalunga clan, who had a great year all year, was sitting number 1 for a really long time in the power rankings, and that's across all of the regions. She beat him in back-to-back games then and didn't have such as good of luck when it came to playoff time, but still had a very great year as a rookie, she did. Jonathan says, yes, he does have a set. It was 10% off. Good. Okay. instead of keeping a secret, if you would like to get a set of those QB54 chairs, if you go out to the QB54 website and it asks for a code, put in the code IPLAYFSA. All together, IPLAYFSA, and then you'll get 10% off. So the NFL news, everybody knows what the big news is by now. You can probably tell by the outfit that I've got on tonight what it was. It is former Carolina quarterback Cam Newton signed a 1-year incentive-based deal with the New England Patriots. That incentive-based deal could get him up to $7.5 million. But I believe the rest of it, the guaranteed part, is the league minimum. Somebody have to correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe that's what it is. But what does that do with Cam now going to New England? You saw the top of the show. We called this episode the quarterback merry-go-round. So in case you hadn't seen this out there on social media, I wanted to share this, and I wanted to thank our friends from the Check Down for allowing us to use this image tonight. So if we kind of go in order of the way all of this went, Teddy Bridgewater first becomes a Carolina Patriot. Then Jameis Winston leaves Tampa Bay to go to the New Orleans Saints. Then Tom Brady becomes TB squared as he goes down to Tampa Bay. And now we have Cam Newton over in New England. So there's where our quarterback merry-go-round, or in this case, quarterback carousel, comes full circle. So if you hadn't seen that yet, it's a pretty good graphic to have up there. So I sent an email out earlier today to anybody who's currently in the league or who was part of the league last year to remind you all that the show was going to be on tonight. But I specifically reached out to the Bravo League this morning and in that email to let you all know something. But before I get to that, since we're changing subject, let me check up on some stuff. Yeah, Josh said guaranteed vets minimum. I'm not sure what vets minimum is right now, Eric. Maybe you and the Empty Wagon guys know. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, and Damien, I saw the same thing with Chase Daniel was getting paid more to be a backup quarterback than Cam Newton is getting right now. And I thought there was another one. I thought it was Cam and somebody else combined that Chase was making more money than. Maybe I read that wrong. Damien's wanting to know what's going on with Bravo. Since you're asking, let's get back on that subject. So for whatever reason, as Bravo is now opening up their free agency, and I think this was week 3 for that. Oh, is it Cam Newton and Winston combined? That makes sense. Okay. Thanks, Ross. Appreciate it. I think this is week 3 from the Bravo League for free agency. I didn't ask this morning how the free agent waiver wire went for you all this morning. Let me know if you had any issues or not. But one of the things that the Bravo guys have found is that not all of the free agent players that are NFL free agents right now are showing up on the list for them to spend their free agent acquisition budget for. And talking to Bob Reddick, one of the other guys that's in the FSA league with us, and who's a great commissioner in all of the leagues that he commissions, he let me know what setting might be on the league that's not allowing you all to see the free agents. And what's really weird is we were able to see them during the draft because there was a couple NFL free agents that were picked up, but we haven't been able to see them during free agency. So I followed Bob's directions, and I found the spot on the website that is not allowing the free agents to show right now. I have the Bravo page open right next to me right now. I am going to go in right now. I just clicked the radio button, and I'm clicking to save the settings. And I'll let you know, error, valid input, see details below. That's not good. Invalid option selected. That's not a big deal. I can do that. So the other thing that I'm clicking on right now, for whatever reason, the radio button wasn't already selected on this. When you click on a team's name inside the standings on the Dynasty Leagues, and this is going to be on Bravo, and I will set this for all of them as well. A lot of times when you click on the name, it goes to this weird set of hyperlinks that's there. And what we really want to see is we want to go directly to the roster of that team whenever we're clicking on it, even for our opponents, right? So instead of it going to the franchise information page, I'm going to click on the radio button so it goes straight to the roster. And let me double check to make sure. Display NFL free agents on free agent list is now clicked on yes. And when you're clicking on the franchise name, it will go to the roster. Saving the settings now, and we are good to go. Bravo. If you go out right now and look, and you're looking for free agents to pick up with your free agent acquisition budget, all of them that you have been looking for should be there. While we're live, if you have any issues with that, let me know, and we'll see what we can do about that. 2 number 1 overall picks. Yeah, Winston and Newton. Yeah, Ross, you're not wrong about that. I completely forgot that they were both number 1 overall picks, and now Chase Daniel is making more money than both of them. NFL canceled a supplemental draft. Kind of thought that was going to happen. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I'm wondering, and I'm going to say it right now out loud to everybody, I'm wondering if that's why the membership is a little bit slow this year in FSA, slower than normal. We are still doing quite well, and this league has been notorious for always signing up at the very last second. We are in that last 31 to 30 day window, so I expect a lot of people to sign up, especially the ones that have been with us for quite a few years. I expect them to sign up here in this last little chunk. Makes it too easy when we do sign up the older or the veterans, because we don't have to do any logo work for them or anything like that. It just easily flows over, so it makes it not too tough. Speaking of logo work, and if Eric's still on out there, Eric, we've got to work on your logo. So if you've got an idea yet, let me know. Got the 4-day weekend coming up. We're on lockdown because of the corona. I can't do much of anything. I'll sit at the computer and work on logos all weekend for you all. So if you all have any ideas for those that might still be waiting on logos, let me know. I'm looking to see who's out there. We got Evil Empire. Eric doesn't have a logo yet. Damian Scott, the Mad Scientist. Damian Gratz is the Garbage Points. Ross Norris is playing in the Arm and Leg League with us. Let's see, Ross says, I read half the preseason games are canceled as well. Each team plays 2 now, 1 home and away. That's probably not a bad thing for them. You know, maybe that's kind of in line of what their thought process is they're going to start taking more preseason games away anyways and add more regular season games. Not that they're going to add the regular season games this year, but maybe this is a good test bed for them to find out stuff like that and how it looks, how it works, and what the players' bodies are like whenever they do these shortened things like this. We already know the Hall of Fame game, I'm pretty sure, is canceled, right? That's part of those preseason games. So that's not happening. So if you were expecting a Hall of Fame game out of Canton this year, it's not going to happen. Eric had said something a little bit ago about how he liked the old retro jerseys or the defunct jersey. So let's talk about the New Jersey venture that we mentioned last week and what that's how that is going right now, and give you kind of the update of where we're at. So first off, I want to thank everybody who came out of the woodwork to let us know all of the connections that they have, especially Evil Kevin. Really great that you reached out to us and gave that whole idea for us to be able to go that way as well. Here's one thing that we found out with Kevin's connection and with a few connections that I have as well. Most of these jersey places are all getting their pre-made jerseys before we do any of the custom stuff, which the numbers, the team name, and the logos on the sleeve are all coming from a company called Augusta Sportswear. Now, some of you probably have t-shirts in your closet right now that are made by Augusta Sportswear. I know I had some when I was in college, and this is my second time being stationed here at Fort Gordon, and I had been around this warehouse / factory looking building quite a few times that said Augusta Sportswear on it. Never in my brain did I think that Augusta Sportswear was connected to Augusta, Georgia, even when I saw that building a decade or so ago. But come to find out that there is actually a manufacturer and warehouse for Augusta Sportswear right here in Augusta, Georgia. Who knew? And then there is another one right close to you too, Jason. That's why I was hoping you'd still be on for a little bit longer. I found out that it is just northeast of Columbus, and I wish I could tell you what the name of the city is right now, but I can't think of what it is. They do more of their custom work up there than what they do down here in the Augusta one. But not only do they have Augusta Sportswear there, they also have under their umbrella Russell Athletics and Pacific Headwear. Pacific Headwear is the brand of hat for those of you who got the 25th anniversary Walter hat. That's that same brand. All comes from the same place. That factory, or that warehouse, or whatever you want to call it, is exactly 9 miles from where I'm sitting right now. So it is very, very local to where we're at, which is good for us. Unfortunately, because of the whole COVID thing, they have closed down their showroom floor of Augusta Sportswear. The hope was I would be able to walk in there and start feeling and touching jerseys so I could see the quality of them and see what it is that we might want to put our brands on. Unfortunately, we can't do that. What we are trying to do is get a wholesale account with Augusta Sportswear, though. If we do get that, and we're probably 7 to 10 days away from knowing if we're going to get it or not, if we do get it, we are going to be able to get what's called a sample packet of the different types of jerseys that we would like to feel and touch and see what the quality is like and see what we want to start putting our brand on. If we are unable to get that wholesale account, a guy that MJ knows near Atlanta, his name is Ricky, he does this sort of thing for a living, and he gets all of his supplies that he does all of these on for local area teams from Augusta Sportswear. So if we are unable to get the wholesale account, we already know a guy who has one, we will reach out to Ricky and we'll say, hey, will you get us a sample pack of this particular set of jerseys, and we'll come over to Atlanta, or if he can ship it directly to us, and we'll touch and feel and see what it is, the quality, and figure out which way we want to go with those jerseys. And then after we figure out what it is that we want to do with it, Ricky already has the ability to do the numbers on the front and the names on the back. What he does not have the ability to do is the custom logos that will go on the sleeves. So Brandon, who is also our video editor, has a location where we can get those done at. And then we will get the logos done and have them shipped directly over to Ricky. And then Ricky will put the numbers and names for us and the logos all on there. We will make sure that we are there for the first couple runs of these jerseys so we know that the quality that you all are getting is there. And then we're going to have the product shipped directly to you once it's done. Hopefully, like I said, in about 7 to 10 days, we'll know if we're going to get the wholesale account. We'll be able to have them ship the sample package directly here. Like I said, only 9 miles away. We'll be able to touch and feel, figure out which way we're going to go with it all. And then after that, somewhere in that time or soon after that, I'm going to make a trip over to the Atlanta area when I'm allowed to and go check out Ricky's outfit or the business, his factory, and see what it looks like with the products that he puts together. And then this will all come together. Hoping that we will have this stuff ready to go right about the time season kicks off. But right now we're about 9 weeks away from that. So it'll be very, very close. I think we'll be able to start at least production at about the 9-week time frame, but I don't know if you'll have them in your hands in the 9-week time frame. But I wanted to let you all know where we're at with all of that. Also, I wanted to thank Heather Newman, one of our new members as well. She has located a couple of places for us that might also be able to do the same thing locally as well. One in Thompson, which is not that far away. Another one in Augusta. And then also she made some phone calls on our behalf to the Augusta Sportswear place for us to get us a lot of the information that you found out. Both her and MJ made phone calls for me and found out a lot of the information that you just heard me spout off. That pretty much ends the formal portion of the show. Don't forget, we have a YouTube channel. If you don't know what the YouTube logo looks like, there it is. Like I said, Brandon has been doing a really good job of getting all of our videos up. I think he's only shy of 2 videos, which is last week's video and the one we're recording right now. So we'll get those moved over to you, Brandon, super soon. Thank you for the update to the Delta draft. Also appreciate the video edit that you did to it. Super funny stuff. The reason we're pitching the YouTube channel right now is don't forget that even though we're doing this show live on Facebook right now, and the recorded version of this is going to stay on Facebook. Once we get into the season, we are also going to push the stuff over to YouTube, and we're hoping to do these shows live on YouTube, but we can't do that unless we get 100 subscribers. And that 100 subscribers also gets us a custom YouTube channel name. We are currently sitting at 48 people. So if you have not gone over and subscribed to us on YouTube yet, go over and look up Fantasy Sports Alliance. There are 2 channels that are out there. Definitely go to the one that has the more subscribers on it. The other one that you see out there with the lower amount of subscribers, for whatever reason, that is connected to an old email address, which is a Yahoo email address. Once YouTube and Google combined any old email addresses that were out there, you're kind of like stuck with that. There is no way to go out and delete it. There's no way to contact YouTube to have them delete it unless you send them a fax. And I don't know how many people use those anymore, making it very difficult to try to delete channels, and I'm not sure why. But make sure you go out to the one that has the 48 subscribers and add to that 48 by subscribing for us. We will be back next week, 8 July. A week from then, which would end up being, I can't even do math right now, 15 July? 15 July. we might have a special guest on the show with us. I don't know if I saw him on tonight. Ross says, everyone invite one friend to the YouTube channel. We go from 48 to 96, and we're almost there. Ross, I appreciate it. Yes, please, invite your friends. Like I said, you don't even have to turn on the notifications. Just go out and subscribe. Shut the notifications off. We just need the numbers over there right now. But if you really do want to see what's going on YouTube, please subscribe. You would have been able to be one of the first ones in line to see the Delta Draft edit that Brandon did. Like I said, it was super funny. Showed it to my daughters. They laughed at it. They thought it was super funny. It's probably the first time they've ever seen a Bugs Bunny cartoon. But hopefully in a couple of weeks, we're going to have a guest on with us. Like I said, about 2 weeks. Did not see him on tonight. A couple of people were hitting me up about it in the GroupMe chat room, saying about the extra special secret, something or other. And I think it was Damian Scott that brought it up. The extra special secret thing might have something to do with the guest that we've got coming on in about 2 weeks. We just got to keep our fingers crossed that we can make all the logistics of that happen. Yes, Damian, please. And actually, I was going to finish with the show tonight with that. Make sure to have a safe and enjoyable holiday weekend. I'm going to give my old First Sergeant spiel to you all here in a few, so you get to hear what it sounds like from my soldier's perspective when I used to give this before we went into a long weekend. But before I do that, I would like to thank all of our sponsors. Thank you to Cranky Veteran Candle Company. We have the semen melting in our house right now, and our house smells wonderful because of it. Careful what I say on here sometimes. Thank you to QB54 for sponsoring our Arm and Leg League. Thank you to Finger Lakes Mercantile, who will be a bowl sponsor this year, and also owned by Brandon Gumps, who is our video editor as well. Brandon, thank you. Southern Siren Sugar Scrub, MJ, thank you for sponsoring us this year. Football Darts and Jonathan Davies, who are our broadcast sponsor. Deep South Creations, who will be back this year in a different capacity as a bowl sponsor. And of course, thank you to the Recast, who are the official music of the FSA. And thank you for watching the Fanatically Real broadcast tonight, sponsored by Football Darts and Fantasy Sports Alliance. Make sure you go out and follow us on all of our social medias. Like Ross said, make sure you go out and follow us on our YouTube channel as well. Ross says Jason Pierre-Paul's JPP least favorite holiday. That's pretty funny. I shouldn't laugh so hard at that, but yeah, you're absolutely right. That's pretty funny. All right, here goes my world famous First Sergeant speech that I would give my soldiers on a weekend. Hopefully, this does not apply to all of you. Make sure that you take heed to whatever I say if it does apply to you. Hopefully, if you find yourself in any of these situations this weekend, you think about me saying this to you right now, and you remove yourself from the situations, and don't put yourself in these situations. But I have 4 Ds. My 4 Ds are: don't drink and drive, don't drive and drink, don't do drugs, don't be a victim of or commit domestic violence, and don't do dumb shit. Have a great 4-day weekend. 3 for some of you, and then we'll see you back here next Wednesday. And in case you still didn't know how you're supposed to subscribe or what it looks like on the YouTube channel, looks a little something like that. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. You don't have to turn the alerts on. Just make sure we get our numbers up there, and we would very much appreciate it. We will see you all next week. Don't have any JPP accidents for us this week. See you all back in one piece on 8 July. I'll have a good night.